Hi, my name is Stephanie Fisher, and I am doing my interpretation and reading of Langston Hughes' poem titled Cross. My old man's a white old man, and my old mother's black. If ever I cursed my white old man, I take my curses back. If ever I cursed my black old mother and wished she were in hell, I'm sorry for that evil wish, and now I wish her well. My old man died in a fine big house. My ma died in a shack. I wonder where I'm going to die, being neither white nor black. Langston Hughes wrote this poem in the early 1900s during segregation era. Um, a lot of black people and for white people, they did not get along, and being a mulatto child, a mixed breed, caused a lot of uproar within both cultures. Um, the Caucasian people still weren't acceptable of the Negro, as well as the darker version of the Negro did not accept the more fair skinned African Americans. So it caused a lot of issues, and it kind of left the child feeling alone. It it resonated very loudly within the African American community, because not only did they look different, but they were walking representations, live representations of a black woman being with a white man, and it wasn't accepted. The darker African Americans treated them as though they felt like they were better, that they could do more than the darker version could, that they had more they had more rapport when it came to society as a whole, when the actual reality of it was that they didn't. They were treated just the same, if not worse, at times, because they were a mixed breed child. And during the segregation era, it caused a lot of uproar because it stood out to the male African American as, you know, their women were tainted, they've been touched on, they were no longer good and whole and pure African American women. And to the Caucasian world, they looked at them as though, you know, you are the reason that my husband or my grandfather, you know, has to go through things, and we must, most of the times they were kept secret, they were hidden, they were not to be known about. And it kind of hurts, in my opinion. It would hurt to be a mixed breed child going through this, and I look up and see that my blood father has other children who are full Caucasian and they get special privileges that I don't. Or I see the African American children that are going through things that I never have to go through, so they ridicule me because of it. It personified the segregation within the African American culture, as well as not just whites versus blacks, but blacks versus blacks, the light skin versus the dark skin, and it caused a lot of issues in between there. Um, Langston Hughes was very powerful in his writing. I personally took to this poem and chose this poem because I myself come from a very multiracial background, and I've dealt with different things, and also heard different stories of the times back then from my own grandparents. And um, I'm actually quite proud to be doing this video and teaching this poem, because it kind of shines the light on society to show that a lot of times when people were going through racism, or children were learning how to be racist or not be racist as a child, it takes a toll on how you grow up, how your thought process is, how your morals are, what you believe and don't believe in. And to each his own. You know, you have to look at it as though Langston Hughes was trying to speak for the kids who were shunned away. A lot of them were held secret, held captive, because the fathers didn't want the white culture to see that they had a mixed breed child with an African American woman. And the African American woman did not want to be ridiculed for being with the white man. It caused a lot of uproar. But the poem in itself shines light on that and lets the world kind of see that it wasn't all peaches and cream for the child neither. It just left them in a world where they felt like they didn't belong. They didn't know what to do. And it's kind of the way society is today. You not speaking as on a racism term, but just when you have different cultures combining together, you have to teach your child how to accept both cultures as a whole and be able to live and function as a growing adult in society, knowing that you come from two different backgrounds. I do hope that you enjoyed my interpretation of this poem. Thank you for watching.